well.
Magnus lived and and Raven
Just tuning in. The best of 5 finals here, and it's 1-1, so it might as well be a best of 3. Except, like, in a normal best of 3, oh, best of 5 in Cancel World, you could say, oh yeah, but the meta develops, and you have counter picks and bans and whatnot, but in the Captain's Drop, that's not really the case, is it? Because you always have different heroes.
you have to make use of the tools as...
Yeah.
You
You
know
have
why
to
I
make
think
your own meta every single game.
Well, it's not technically a meta if you're recreating it every game. Or like develop a strat. I think TNC lost that game. Justice for Raven taunting the entire game on Life
Oh, yeah.
Stealer.
Doing the same on Luna now? Yeah. Him and Tim's both.
Your admiral is on board.
That's Justice. Bounty potential free.
The battle begins.
No.
Right, so 2 for 2. I find it very interesting that this change just kind of shifts things around a little bit to a point where it's safer to go for 2 runes on the one side of the map here rather than both of the runes on your side.
Yeah. That's been... I think that's been fairly established.
Yep.
Now it's just been like, it's not safe. Just give up your runes, do a block, and then TP to your lane.
Right, so how are these lanes looking? Jabz sticking around the bottom a little bit soon. Went for the Eternal Blade first. A bit of a dual lane for the time being. Up top, Mushi's being silent on this Faceless Void. No Puma Shield means that he's going to take even more harassment from these ranged supports. 437 is going to be very happy about that.
Yeah, I think Jabz is going to have a hard time finding a place in this game. Because you've got an Abaddon, pretty hard to gank. You have DK, fairly hard to gank. But with Death Prophet Spirit Siphon, they may... That's on cool.
Level 1 is kind of underwhelming. One cooldown doesn't really do any damage. Okay, level 2, level 3 is a little bit better.
Courier, nothing there. Ice trading set, bottom.
How's this? If this stays in 1v1, which is it's not going to, it's inevitably negative. Just kind of leaving the Faceless Void to be in this offlane role. Instead of putting more pressure on Sandwich. Out of mana. He does have a mango, but he also needs the cooldown. Product shield. 1 second, is he beating it? Yeah, he is. And Jabz actually taking quite a few tower shots. Sandmage getting very close to that as he uses consumables to get him back up to snuff, but now we can once again try to get to doing.
That's so much information. Mushi has to be careful here.
Yeah. Oh, there's next available, so can chip away. At some point they can go for the axe if Mushi is low enough to be busted down after the fact.
Kind of feels like an off-lane Void almost.
Oh yeah, certainly is. Being tri lanes, you don't get any farm. Yeah, it's the exact same.
But the question is it worth it? Bottom, they're going on Sam H again.
That was this last choice. Burn through it, slow him down from the dual breath. This time they should be able to get the kill. There's a team reaction though from 2 people, Kim. The other one will be cancelled as that spell foreign enough to just keep them at bay. So again, Sam H survives.
I think this is favoring TNC. They've got fairly good CS. I think Cuckoo is having a little bit hard time in the mid, but Raven's happy. He's getting the free farm essentially. Void's getting very little CS. Raven can farm and taunt to his heart's content.
So even with everything middle lane still fairly even, Cuckoo just goes to the Dragon Flip. Kind of offsetting that Spirit Siphon disadvantage. Yeah, I can't help but wonder that this is if this really favors TNC, or because like it really comes down to who can do more or less with the bad position, right? Gonna get gone on again.
Courier?
Again.
Courier? Can he get it?
Oh, 1,
Radiant's
slow down,
courier
2, he
has
gets
been
it, yeah.
killed.
Jabz. It's time to make plays here. That's the other question mark, right? How much can this bounty hunter do? This is his first real action here after these missed attempts down bottom.
Got a good start. Moon's making a play mid here. He's got the 3
Oh,
points.
Mushi. Second bounty rune, and now slow down to 147. Moon, mid lane is fine, but yeah, that's the first spot here. Just straight up running down. Good interception again. Jabz making that rotation all the way from mid lane, snacks a bounty rune. Mushi with a time walk gets his own one as 1437 tries to get it. And they repair some of this laning stage quite a bit with that. These kind of plays.
Yeah. Mushi's actually got more levels than Raven, which is very, very surprising considering Raven should just getting all the fact that Mushi has only 6 CS, yet
Lane, they're gonna go S3 as well as PT. Oh, but that never mind. That's fucking soon. Counter did level 3. We can shoot us off. It's a really good kill to get too. Very hard to achieve, but if you do, well. Super
good rotation.
Moon
Jabz is
assess.
getting work done. And now
Yeah.
they got a shrine up.
Looks like it, yeah. Moon has the self and a bottle and stick charges, but holding on to it in favor of the value shrine. For people.
Do you know if they fixed the status resistance for X marks the spot cast on yourself on Kunkka? I don't think they have.
Not sure. Didn't even consider that as a thing.
Yeah. It's such a weird mechanic. Oh, you aren't stunned for as long because you have more strength. What?
Yep. Like your strength, if you have good constitution. If you're not, someone knocks you on the head, you can shrug it off better. You know?
I don't really like the mechanic, but my own personal take on it is good deny.
Like, I haven't really seen the mechanics do too much. It's something game breaking. So I don't know. I reserve judgment.
Alright, Jabz,
Down on, don't forget one third siphon off, but maybe a second, that is. It's time to turn things around. Jabz the only one to rotate. But Moon, yeah, gotta be careful casting more spells here with the damage over time. But yeah, he's fine. Third siphon, a hell of a drug. God, that's also a hell of a drug here. A lot of damage already coming out from this guy. He's also maxing out the show top, I suppose. Looks like he might go on Raven. Mushi does not quite have his level 6 just yet, neither of them have. Hoping for a bit of a slowdown and gets it too. Might be able to get a time lock or two. Not lucky.
got the shuriken.
Doesn't throw it out. Instead, he gets maxed out, but then the 17 things both come through. Showy toss would not have been enough, I believe. Not quite. One more last hit on. Oh, right click on top of that.
That's a big kill to give away, giving Raven your killing spree this early on. Mineski seems to... CS isn't the greatest, but I think they're relatively stable within the... Jabz is. If he gets his level 6 up soon, then apply some pressure elsewhere.
Goes back to the plan. Okay, again, the axe, time walk. Right back. He's Chronosphere now. Ninja Boogie is there with the door wrap up too. Ice Path to follow, so a little bit of extra control. They're trying to strip down one here, and that's gonna be 10. Raven body blocks. Slowed down here as Moon makes a rotation. They're looking for this Luna, trying to take the out. Time lock, not again. Doesn't get it again, but they have plenty of burst damage. Bring him down. 1437. Speaking of bringing people down, Jabz getting close here. One more right click, but he's fast enough. There it is. Ice Path wouldn't have flashed, I believe.
Moon's got arcane runes, so we can pop the exorcism and go for this tower.
Radiant's
does.
top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Vids and Dragon Knight is trying to take advantage of that. He's working away. Ninja Boogie found himself in the end soon, but he does need some more help to actually go for just chasing away, honestly. Will reveal himself now, getting into the next free wave.
Crazy how this DK can take this tower almost as fast as the Death Prophet with Exorcism up.
Yeah.
Forward gets one last attack off, get the burn.
Max efficiency. Speaking of burn though, dual breath level 3, so it looks like Ninja Boogie might be going for the same kind of build.
does get that Valley point.
Oh.
He cancel, and it worked quite well. Set up with the chrono.
Last time around he also maxed that out, even for going the macropie. In this game with the chronosphere, might just opt to do it differently and just get that macropie at level 6. Down on the ice path. Let's run a little bit here now. TP
Zooms up.
That's the golden ultimate. Wants to throw it out here. They're holding on to it for the time being. They gun Cuckoo anyway. Nice little stomp there from Ice's Ice to make that work. Big commitment here, but yeah. Turn the gank around. That's all you're really looking for with this kind of lineup. Just keep fighting.
And Mushi's just farming top. Raven's kind of hasn't done much in the laning phase. He had all that space, and now Mushi's just like, hey, got more levels than you. Don't have quite as my CS, but hey, like, it's our work. Looking out pretty good.
What's the plan here for the Luna? I mean, Raven, he's still farming. He's top of the net. What can they transition it into next?
Raven builds it a bit differently. He tends to go for the Dragonlance over the kind of mask build up right away. He likes to kind of push down towers instead of farm this jungle creep. For his team and fight.
Torrent preventing the
Dire's
ice power
top
could have
tower
actually been
is under attack.
quite devastating there.
Jabz is cruising. Think he'll get this courier? Oh, he sees it.
Maybe. Might get it on the return. What does actually bring? Blades of Attack. If you could have gotten it on the way there, that would have been amazing. They also have the courier shield.
Radiant's courier
Pay
Shot
attention to that
through.
might. It's one shot. Holy hell. That works. Face boost from Ava. One shot couriers.
Radiant's bottom
Seems
tower
good.
is
Also
under
the track up
attack.
and running now. Could actually take a fight here. Down to the bottom lane. From Stamage, I believe. Something
Yes, the
Jabz together
sentry.
with Raven. They see him on the high ground. The dust doesn't actually connect, but yeah, let's go through tower vision for a second. Don't want to
Wait.
commit too many more resources.
He doesn't
He's
have
peeking out.
Invis.
Oh, Invis. Oh no, mistake made.
I was about to
It's
praise
one of these moments where it's like, oh yeah, yeah.
but then like goes for that track.
Yeah. It's a play that I would make. It's like, oh yeah, I need to keep tracking up people,
Ooh,
but then I
Sammy?
don't have the cooldown on Invis. Which is fine, Sam 8. Maybe not so much. I mean, he stands up,
Will do
go
him,
down.
I think.
Nice.
Dire's middle tower
kill
Oh,
is under
Spirit
attack.
Siphon. Good try for the self-deny with the Mistcoil.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Mushi
under
also
attack.
dodging the same kind of pressure up on the top lane. He's doing a good job catching up. Actually, the button goes away from the winner.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
We get to see Raven kind of leave this top lane. Kind of like sitting up here, farming,
Dire's top
pushing
tower
towers.
is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
He has to be careful here, otherwise Moon may just be Exorcist, push down too many of his towers and map will be gone.
In the end, it's a 1-for-1 trade there. Mid-tier 1 is go down.
Dire's
Okay,
top
but
tower is
They
under
have
attack.
Chrono.
kind of the one downside of making these builds is cannot really match that with liquid fire that it's such a long cooldown. So I'd rather have it for fight than effective. So now Cuckoo comes through. We'll get that. Spells to find anybody. Pretty damn strong. And now the ice path just to keep 1.37 away. And Jabz tracked him up and brings him down. And now let's go on a bit of a compromising position. The Eclipse coming through. They'll bring down Mushi before I can do anything else. And that's a big kill to get here without a Chronosphere. Should be easy for TNC to finish up the rest of these heroes if they can get a hold of him. Jabz, this
Radiant's
should be up
bottom
to finish
tower
the
is
TNC.
under attack.
Good
Dire's
rotation
top
by
tower
Raven.
is under
2
attack.
for 1 with the track. But a lot of extra gold for him, yeah. Raven coming in with the first Eclipse into the game.
And he just goes right back top. This is classic Raven for you. Hey guys, I've come to a fight. Don't blame me. I'm gonna go farm and I'm gonna go farm somewhere. Which is how you should play Luna, of course, right? You don't want to just like push continually or quite a low AP pool and you really benefit from the plays.
Yep.
Bottom lane. Nice ice. Trying to pop that ulti probably.
Just trying, but to commit under the tier 2 tower. Didn't quite have an eye on all the rotations just yet, even though he does have the ward in the back, so I would see most teleports. But not really worth it at this point if you can't have the immediate follow-up anyway.
Double damage.
From the Roche pit, Kuko's just gonna grab it.
I think Jabz is kind of giving his team the option of going for Roche by picking up this Medallion of Courage and going into the press. They don't have the best physical damage, but if they want, they can pop the Death Prophet ultimate for it with the Solar Crest maybe in a bit. It'd probably be best to take away this mid one tower though, Radiant, before they go for Roche.
What other options would there be for the bounty? I guess Pipe of Insight instead, or going towards a guarding Re, but him having Facebooks already. Yeah, see Raven here.
Oh, Cuckoo.
I don't think so, they have very limited vision. I think they must have seen Raven. They definitely that's a big value target. Nothing to counter that out yet. Yeah, as I was saying, Exorcism, Spirit Siphon already going. Global Science doesn't do anything. Raven's straight dies. Damage comes in to try and turn this around, but it's too late. Mineski grabbed the quick pick, and now guess what? Top lane.
Radiant's top tower
Keep pushing
is
it out.
under attack.
Exorcism will help him push the tower very
Radiant
rapidly.
structures are fortified.
Well, Ice doing his thing. Creeps bottom, applies some pressure, but Coop shuts that down quickly. Oh, they may go for Moon here, or are they just looking for some grass?
Running down there with the X back, the movie dodge to the Mules, Ice Path coming through, for a little bit of Rathman up from 1.37. So coming on to Moon here, I'm not sure if that's the best idea. It does have two Spirit Siphons available. Like the next one is goes down here. X back into the boat this time. He was looking around here, was trying to help, but now he's being X back himself. Will just be another casualty.
I'm helping, team. I'm helping.
Radiant's
Meanwhile, bottom
middle
lane.
tower is under
Oh
attack.
hey, got something off
Get-
of that. That's good.
He was
First Doom
doomed.
usage of the game.
Radiant
yeah.
structures are fortified.
And the track kill.
How do you feel about the... I thinking about going lane.
Radiant's
Asking
middle
about
tower is fortified.
both as they may go on.
Radiant's
Again, the courier.
Kill.
Then H. That's the target. Tim's down bottom. Yeah, he's gonna be another track kill eventually. That is Jabz tech for himself. So, whew, they're grabbing things all over the map.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And you're asking about the Blink Dagger?
Yeah, I was thinking Doom might actually go for Silver Edge over the Blink Dagger. And look at this, he's just going straight BKB. Yeah. He was thinking, do I want initiation or do I just want to tank up in front line for my... I don't think he needs to get the big Blink initiation this game. He can just kind of walk up, let DP and Void kind of control the fight with their ultimates. Just be that BKB presence.
I think that what the plan is, especially also with the Solar Crescent, I think they want to find a way to get into Roche, get Aegis on DP. So at that point you can just do the play of, hey, we're hitting your tower, try and fight us. We have the Exorcism going, like, good luck.
Radiant's middle tower is
And
under attack.
then your faces forward, Mushi in the back, just win to counter initiate with the Chronosphere, and then you also have the Doom tanking up in the front as kind of the secondary
Good
front
smoke
laner.
dodge.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great game sense.
Yeah, so you have this extra front liner that you can't really kill because you don't have no physical damage.
Structures are
All of Tnc is massive.
It's like you were just talking about that.
Was I? Talking about a pipe and dab. Kind of the same idea. Alright, it's all tank up, but now Roshan, not quite there just yet. Yes, Tnc, they're coming in, throwing in the boat, but Mineski already out of the pit. Exorcism already with a very healthy duration expired. Only a quarter left, so Tnc is a good place for them to fight. Maybe even stack Roshan themselves with them and force Mineski back. Meanwhile, Doom from the side, ultimate available, Red throws it out onto the DK. Silence here, track starting to mount up. Samage in front here, they going enough for traveling in, triggering the ultimate for a second. Very timid for now, Mushi. Potential for a really big Chronosphere if he had to bring up top of the Magpie here. There it is now, but the Eclipse still going. Huge dodge for the most part here on the DP. Thorn will still connect from the side. The global silence to follow. It is TNC who get a better end of this trade. Moon gonna be dragged back with the X. Meanwhile, West Mineski at least finishes the silencer, but what cost? Double kill for Raven. Now looking for the next one. Jabz is the chosen target. Already adjusted up. Cannot even be X back because Raven finishes up the triple kill, and now TNC a little bit more sustained here. Mineski trying to wait out initiation here, trying to keep triggering the abandoned walls, find a way into this fight. But this Chronosphere, they couldn't capitalize on it because of the Eclipse already going. Well, it's a great torrent there from them. Now finding another one, but quite get the timing right with about. I think it's just getting cooled down.
Yeah, Mushi actually decided to do this weird play where he time walked back to his high ground instead of going through the immediate Chronosphere. Macro Power wasn't down at that point, but if he would have gotten it off there, he would have gotten it off before Raven got off the Eclipse. The issue was when he chronoed the Luna, Eclipse was already going, and so he couldn't run up and hit that Luna because he would have just died to the Eclipse, right?
Yeah.
So Chronosphere, although it was good placement, a little bit too late. Raven with quick fingers got off the Eclipse.
That's the long and short of it.
Yeah, you could
like
say...
There was a while where the Magpie was already down, there was still gonna be a good Chronosphere target. Like
it just wasn't the right time.
High ground, yeah. What was it? Like, Magpie was here and Chronosphere could have been like here or something like that.
They saw Raven with their decided to hold off and then...
Gonna have to fix that for next time. The combo is still very strong, I guess. Steady sort of pipe. Nothing like that in the works. Maybe Dragonite will go for it again, but for now it's casual cloak.
Moon has the Hood of Defiance on Mineski. I've seen a lot of teams either get the casual cloak, go up to the Hood, but in terms of completing the pipe, that seems to be in very like specific circumstances. And you'd much rather have other items.
Yep. Oh. So odd because that's the item that we've seen multiples of almost against certain matchups in for the longest time. But not in this game. Not yet, anyway.
Dire's position bottom. Almost like they want to try to force TNC back here. TNC are looking for them. Mushi just backs. What game sense? This guy.
Yeah, I mean,
got smoke sensors or detectors, I guess.
Where did they smoke? If they smoked in mid on the ward, then
they smoked here.
That's impressive. Oh yeah, okay.
They ran up. Mushi's like farming here, and he's just like, no, I'm back. Yeah. I haven't seen them.
Not the hardest one to infer. Like if you push the bottom, you have a ward and dead jungle as well. You don't see anyone there. You don't see anyone in the lanes. It's like, all right, better not take the chance.
Arcane Rune on. It's always just. It's always that benefit, that early like exorcism cooldown coming. But Raven's going to threaten high ground. He's got his Dragon Lance. He's got his Manta. This is how Raven likes it. I'm going to pressure you.
Macropie down early. Try and get rid of some of these creeps instead of comboed up with the Macropie. Damage is still being done. Mineski now wants fought back. The good Chronosphere ages might not matter, but TNC not giving them that chance. They're all retreating as a unit.
You have to be careful about the potential for backstabs with the shrine. Like Void could always smoke up, TP to the shrine, and get that from behind you, right? So you want to have good vision of.
I think he wants to go for like Blink or Shadowblade next to try and find more of these.
If he goes Blink, he loses the potential of gaining the attack. Shadowblade costs more than Blink. The question is whether or not he wants to prioritize doing damage in Chronosphere or getting a quality Chronosphere. And I think Void needs damage in addition to the Death Prophet and Hero. Like he needs to scale as well. There's also the problem them having Bounty Hunter on their team, so pro teams are going to have increased damage in either case. let's be honest, but you know, it's just that added like, oh, my Shadow Blade is less effective because we have a bounty and they probably already have sentries down.
Yeah. That value proposition, that math doesn't quite work out as well for you. Speaking of Shadow Blades, Google just pick one up for himself though. I was gonna use it to try and maybe find something down here, but Google does lose down at the bottom. Luna will also be backed up.
I know how to handle such power.
I would have liked to see BKB on Cuckoo, but the Shadow Blade also works very well. He does have the casual cloak as Aegis is firing. Yeah, just.
Yep. Just a couple seconds ago. Now they're still gonna group up for the tier 1 tower.
Dire's bottom tower.
Kind of group up like they want to fight this.
Dire's
There's
structures
not too
are
much vision
fortified.
behind the tower for TNC. We just have to be a little bit careful about grouping up to them.
There's a wrap. There's a wrap here. Tim scouts it out though. Gets the.
Actually, we got BKB though into the stun. That's kind of missing. The Doom though onto the Abaddon. Trying to get down first. Meanwhile, double silence here. Just delaying some of this. And maybe they can bring down the Faceless Void. X-Pack stunned up. No Chronosphere for this fight. And the Doom will also
Abaddon's no
expire. Abaddon is very much alive. And Doom with the ultimate takes quite a bit of damage himself, but now gets used off the top of that ultimate. They're looking for Raven trying to bring it down. They will. 1 for 3-7 next on the list. Cuckoo, he's just trying to turn things around, but now he's the next one. 1 by 1 they fall. Moon barely able to keep himself alive. He took like half damage from something there. Some sort of burst coming through, but it's not enough after the fact.
They are playing so well from Mineski. They understand TNC's weakness. They don't have a lot of burst damage. Just take out the Abaddon, and then they all share the Eclipse damage. Yes, Void goes down, but they recognize that they can take the fight without Chrono. And Moon with those Spirit Siphons just tanks so much damage, but if you don't kill the enemy heroes, big surprise, they're going to damage you back.
Radiant's bottom
Oh
tower
really?
is under attack.
Hashtag
Like-
expert analysis.
Yeah, hashtag expert analysis. But TNC's draft just lacked that burst damage. They DK, and he doesn't have a lot of attack speed. Like, yes, the Shadow Blade helps, but he doesn't have a lot of burst. It's just Luna that they're dependent on.
The Luna, it's like the Luna beam and 3 fights together. I think that might have been even what brought Moon so low in the initial fight. But yeah, I mean, talk about it.
This is what
And
I
that
think
was a
is,
fight without Chronosphere even. That's the
Right.
craziest part to me.
right?
Just imagine Mineski getting to jump on like 2 or 3 heroes and like Exorcism going outside the Chronosphere and Macropie and everything else.
Addition. He's gonna have level 3 extra. Top that has top lane. Tim's TP is by him.
Wall Stomp used to initiate, I guess. He did go for back for the blink on the Doom, so let's have that blink spell.
Mushi says screw it. I'm not dying anymore. I'm going BKB. You guys are winning the fights without me. You don't need me to do damage. I'm just gonna tank up and get the BKB so I don't have to worry about it. I think it's a
The
smart call
last
by
of the
him.
course. He's also the last of the course to do that. Moon also has his in his inventory. Still 10 seconds. Doom used his in first one in the last fight. Still very healthy in that sense. So TNC, they kind of feel the pressure right now. They're smoking up together. Next Roshan, very long respawn timer, so it's not gonna get anything, get lucky in that sense. Instead, go towards the other side of the map, perhaps setting up again to one tower, but they don't even have a 3-wave there instead. This is just a play for mid.
Oh,
It's
look at
3-wave
those.
that they have, but
Look at these pings from Moon. Just being, they're in here. They're in here.
yep. Quite see them. Death Trumpet on the other side.
Lots of damage.
That is this, they saw now, just with the last bit of daytime.
Yeah.
Oh no.
How
That's
fast
so
she
annoying
is.
as well because it's past the minute mark. It's a couple of seconds. Still not fixed in that sense. So therefore caught but Moon
Sun.
might still be caught here. Did not opt BKB TP or go a little bit further down. Oh, mistakes were made.
Weird spot to TP. I
You
guess
could either go like around the corner or down there, but yeah, I guess maybe didn't expect him to do that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is falling.
Foul fall, easy backdoor.
This is usually the place that kicks offlane Dire towers. Radiant usually doesn't want to
Dire's
spend a lot of
bottom
time on this
tower
side of the
is
map,
under
so they
attack.
just push down these 2 towers at once. Back to the pen and took their lane.
Radiant's top tower is under
Have a
attack.
TP back though from Mushi. Got the BKB up. Got profit up in 20.
Mineski don't feel too comfortable pushing towers of their own. So kind of cleaning up a little bit. So only Dragon Knight up here. He's been tracked up, so he cannot rely on the Shadow Blade whatsoever to keep him safe necessarily until Samage comes through the Shadow.
It's interesting how they have the opportunity for counterplays. Like they can deal with track with the aquatic shield, but TNC's issues is they just lack damage in these games. Like Clips is great, and it's good now that Raven has level 3. Well, I guess good for TNC.
It's only really used against support though.
Yeah, because all the BKBs are up now.
If you don't get the jump on Mineski's heroes, then yeah, you're over.
and
Gonna
they
have
can
plenty
just
of time to find the right angles for the chronos.
they don't need to like wait for global to pop their BKBs either. Like just BKB and drop chronosphere, and then Void's like, I don't care if you not, right?
Global still applies though, if you
Yeah.
already magically, right?
Yeah. It still applies, but for Void at that point, and like Death Prophet is a very like cardinal example of, oh, you global? That's too bad. I've got Yules and like my exorcisms.
Yeah.
He
Radiant
scouts out
are
Roshan.
scanning.
I think this is going to be one of the defining fights, the Rook fight. But
DKB also freshly picked up on a DK, could potentially be start off first. Yeah, there's the global silence early. Now they need to get something with that Moon Pops, the BKB, so does the Doom in the back, the Doom with the Ravens, so Clips already going to Cronsby on 2, now into the Macropire, Moon with the Exorcism on the other side. One of them is the balance, he will not die immediately. Kuka still also gets the BKB off on the other side, so not quite as effective in terms of skills. Kuka, first one to fall, stun up on Doom, and he, oh nice ice pop though, then will still stun up the Dragon Knight for a little bit. Exorcism still coming back, 127, it's not the target that they want. He moves, running down Sam H. He will fall, that's a trackle, the stun to try and keep Kuko alive, but now he's the one taking up the Exorcism. It will end now though, but nice light bomb again. Another track and a triple kill for the Death Prophet. Not the swiftest fight, but Mineski. They still use their spells, they press all the buttons.
they use their
And,
spells, they press the buttons. Is it my turn to say hashtag expert analysis at this point?
I was inviting you at this point, but yeah, like, straight back to Roche. Everyone's said, or important heroes that they TNC need to win a team fight, so let's be feel comfortable enough to end off with that sort of grab.
4 BKB losing us. I think TNC is realizing how underwhelming Alex can be with enemy teams just like pop their BKBs. Like when you global that early in the fight, Mineski still can choose to take the fight. They just pop their cheese and they go from there. Cheese is available. Denied the cheese, Raven. Denied the cheese.
He didn't get it, did he? No, it's on DP.
It's on Death
Makes a lot of
Prophet.
sense. Aegis on Void, so if he can play a little bit more forward, and can still get the chronosphere off after the fact, and cheese on DP if you keep the Exorcism going, because that does reset if you end up dying with Aegis.
Yeah, this is one of those games where in the other Luna game, TNC had the Chaos Knight to kind of have that burst damage where you reality rip someone in and just like destroy them then and there immediately. But in this game, Raven's the one who has to like do all this damage, and he just has BKB, like Manta Dragonlance. These are not heavy damage dealing. Even Butterfly is a fairly defensive item. It gives you evasion, some attack speed, and agility, which is going to help with the damage, but it's not like Daedalus or anything, right? The DK is thinking to himself like, sure, I need to tank up. He wants to go for AC on Cuckoo, but that's not going to answer their problem in terms of how do they burst someone down without that person being chronoed or Reeve saving them. Bounty now has the gems, so they can just take over the vision game. I think Mineski are in a very good place to close out this game with the next fight. Go high ground. Aegis.
surviving doesn't really mean too much. I mean, what happened in the last fight, both of the heroes they were caught inside the corner survived it, but it wasn't enough. Mineski in front. Now that it links up with Ice Bomb off the mark, that doesn't really matter.
Up to 6, only 2 more left, and you're perfect drag and drop on this death count.
Might just get there.
I think you're going to get closer. I think
Radiant's middle
Mineski may
tower
close
is
out this
under
game soon
attack.
enough, but no. Tnc, they have the opportunity. They can execute. It's going to be
Radiant's
hard.
middle tower has
It's going to
fallen.
be really hard.
And we're just going full on right click with the talents too. You have the time lock damage, the attack speed, or then the time lock range, or the health, or the strength. Yeah. Damage, time lock damage, attack speed. Yep. It's just full on right click. He was only missing the Master Man, just have the lats instead.
He did opt to go for the blink over the Shadow Blade, as we talked about earlier. Kind of don't want multiple build the same team. Don't necessarily have to build it. And as we were kind of discussing earlier, Void, like, he built very tanky. Vlad's BKB stuff, fairly tanky, but he's able to get this damage by talent tree, which I think is really cool, that you have flexibility in terms of your item build, and now it's your talent tree build.
That is Butterfly completed on the Luna. What a bit of a... Oh yeah, it's also the... Luna also has like the two ways shooting. You can go the right click build with the attack speed, the Luna Blessing, the stats and right shield, or you can go the Eclipse build with the other talent choices. So in this game, obviously, with the BKBs already out, it's really too great. Now Samade, that stuff. This has seen already TP back home, so he's left to his own devices. Ultimate is very good, but only too late to have with anything, so let's go. That gold lead, not least to the track, up to now 15k in favor of Mineski.
Very low kill game. Tnc has 11 kills. This is a team that is known for liking to brawl as. Did Raven pick up this bottle recently? Or no, he's Moon's bottle. How does Raven have Moon's bottle?
What? Maybe we left it in the 8 Roshan pit or something when, when they were going in? Yeah. I didn't even realize.
Items dropped greater
hilarious.
than 0. Maybe Moon was like, here, you can have this bottle. You'll need it to... You'll be able to fill it with your cures as we beat you.
Well, here we go. That's a push. They have Aegis. They have Chase. What's the Aegis? They're just daring TNC to go on top. Flip, trying to lay the field. Find more time. Really strong. Spells trying to fade out one of these BKBs on Mineski, but full combo collected. Just get the tower. Now go back. They're picking up the shrine. They're still playing as disciplined as TNC did the first year of WGU. Way back into the timing out together with Raiders. Much safer play to do it.
I think TNC recognized, hey, Exorcism's down. Why don't we try to make a play? Why don't we make a push? Sit behind Raven. Try to take back as much as the map as we can, so that Mineski then have to push back through that map coverage that they've taken in order to make the next push with Exorcism.
Yeah. I think that Mineski is actually still happy with the basic game. I mean, they are ahead. They're gonna get further ahead with every single kill that they get, and just with the map control that they still hold. And if they delay until the next Roche, if they get that, they have Aegis, 2 Genius potentially, if they hold on to this one that they have right now, and the Refresher Shot. So, potentially, 2 Dooms, or even more importantly, 2 Chronos Skills.
Time is money.
I mean, that's some good shit that you can do with that.
Radiant's top
Mineski's
shrine
lineup.
under attack.
I think you may just want to like, put it on the Death Prophet though. Double Exorcism. Pop the
Definitely
Exorcism,
will, yeah.
take the racks, back out. But yeah, there's no reason for Mineski to... They've got a 20k gold lead at this point almost. They know they're ahead. They've had the map control, won the
Radiant's
fight,
top
they've
shrine
doubled the
is under
kills.
attack.
TNC needs to make the play That's
I'm
gonna
looking
be-
for a smoke, but they don't. There it is. How did I miss that? Silence, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, they can smoke off. That's a play that they wanted to make, as you just said. Jabz.
Radiant are
He's
scanning.
not actually moving that way there. Wrapping around to draw the line. Let's
Dire
go up
are
our own
scanning.
high ground from the other side, I guess. Bit indecisive.
This is interesting. This is like a very...
If you stick around here, they'll be the ones with the high ground advantage. They could see TNC coming. Whooshy.
See the courier. They see the courier.
Oh, the courier giving it away!
Dire's courier has been killed.
There it is. They get it.
Radiant's top
Almost
tower
5
is under
anyway.
attack.
Pick it up. But Face Void does get the MKB. So with the attack speed that he gets from that, as well as his talents and whatnot, it's almost like the old MKB where you still get extra damage. 25% of the time you get 60 bonus damage. And that's pure.
But you don't
Radiant's
get-
top shrine
I don't
is
think you
under
get that
attack.
mini
Radiant's
bash
top
of
shrine
rock that can
has
cancel
fallen. Dire's middle tower
keys
is
anymore,
under
though.
attack.
Gibby.
Radiant's
Yeah.
top tower is under attack.
Like, hey, let's deal some extra pure damage
Dire's middle
and
tower
Yeah.
has
have a little
fallen.
accuracy, I think, is the word.
Radiant's top tower is under
Now?
attack.
Or Pierce
Dire's
chances.
bottom tower is under attack.
This is Pierce,
Dire's
but this
top
was actually
has fallen.
I think so.
Blessings upon a loyal
Which is frustrating, because I'm pretty sure Pierce is the attack fake of range creep.
Yeah, piercing damage is technically like going to range. But not pure damage.
TNC, what are you doing?
It's really odd. Like,
This is like the biggest cat and mouse game I've seen for a while.
very uncharacteristic especially in Dota. Like the last couple of days we've seen games like this where it's 11:22 except at the 10-minute mark. Like,
Yeah. Like, look at them. They're all hiding in the trees.
Yeah, and long respawns, so TNC, whether they know it or not, they are very lucky that that's the case, else Mineski would have just picked it up right now, and you're staring down that situation where double chrono, double exorcism.
Alright, this is the smoke to end all smokes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
already about to expire though. And now, what's the vision like on the three inside? They have this high ground wall. They see illusions coming in, they see everything that's going on. They
Dire's
decide to do
bottom
something
tower
with
has fallen.
it. But the rest of the team is far back. They don't want to risk it right now. Or do
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
they? Like, it's not gonna be easier, right?
They have to push out mid. Like, you can't just let 2 siege creeps hit your tier 3 towers for free.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess they've DK, DD, and they want to do something with it. Fighting under Shrine does not seem like a smart decision.
Radiant's middle
That's
tower
okay.
is
This
under
late in the
attack.
game can make a difference. Moon. Then when something's up, they get rid of the ward.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Fall. Good call you from TNC, and this is exactly when Mineski come in to pounce. They find Tims. He's creeping out and... He's good eventually, right?
Yeah, eventually.
There we go. Mid lane. Oh wow, that's so much bigger. Dragonite. Chronosphere play with the follow-up. Kuku pops a BKB late here, trying to armor talk his way out of it, but that's not gonna happen. Ninja Boogie claims the last hit on this one. Now, Mineski have a choice. Do we go back for Roshan? Wushi scouting it out, just missing it for a couple of seconds, so...
I think they want to
Unless they want to
DK
scout
buyback.
again, yeah.
They know that
That also
DK also
works.
doesn't have BKB now, because he popped it before he died. I feel like...
Oh, Fated Boy going in is quick. Blink in, hit the racks a couple of times. Buyback immediately forced out, so now Mineski, they can go back. They ping it out. This is the point where Roshan must have respawned, so they can be very sure about this. And still no counter for 15 seconds. They should have enough damage, especially with everyone else making their way. He is sort of just available, so Jabz.
Dire are scanning.
Probably don't want to commit access for this one.
They don't need to. One of the funny things is that TNC
Yep.
isn't showing, so Mineski doesn't want to take this fight, which is really funny, because they could just probably destroy TNC right now.
If they went for Roche, I would have done it already. As it stands, with them being scared means the TNC has some extra time to make this work play. They're doing it right now. But Mineski, well, if they commit for this kind of a play, this kind of... Alright, we'll wait for them to come into us, because they have to fight us here, or else they're just gonna lose the game, more likely. And they see it now. 1 for 3 seconds. Back here, Link in the silence of Doom onto DK. Can't do anything. Global silence to turn things around, but the BKBs are still there. Raven needs to do some damage from Mushi with the bashes. Another Chronosphere here. Exos in the middle. Follow up with the ice bomb eventually here, and the Magnifier to bring him down. The GK again. Raven next on the list, and it's just a calamity here. An absolute disaster. SamH trying to TP out. That's never gonna work. Now, hey, guess what? They want to fight with Exorcism. They get Roshan, Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, and another hero, perhaps? Tim's caught on the other side of the cliff. Up against the Doom. He's trying to man fight with the Axis, giving the back when he's stretched out. He will fall eventually. He's at the fightback. I have 60 seconds on the sidelines for Konka as well as DK. And the other 2 heroes that are dead. Similar timings, but they do have buyback questions. What can they actually do with that? They have nothing to throw them. There's silence. No Eclipse. SamH doesn't know mid, but he doesn't have damage. And there's BKBs, there's Police Stomp, Pressure, Aegis, Jesus out their ass at this point. Doom is taking up some of the damage, there's Pressure, Exorcism, the use the shot, Doom does get the cheese up just in time. He got to get that kill. Mineski chasing TNC all the way back to the fountain. Boss back, switch back.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Forcing up a nice steal.
Radiant's top tower.
Right click, ice bomb. They have to make their way. Face created. It's still couple of nice seconds. Ends, but still went up. Very
Radiant's top levels.
TNC.
The Dire now
If-
have mega creeps.
Sort of a lineup to defend against this with the Luna.
Yeah.
They have a Maelstrom and Dragon Knights. They're kind of prepared for the situation. They have one more fight left.
Yeah, they may go for like some lead, but they don't have buybacks. I think TNC is going to get a Perseverance. Up to
Me, I know
Conspire,
how to
the
handle
ultimate
such
orb.
power.
But they have so much to pop it. Got track to pop. And like, are they really concerned about dooming the Luna? Not really. They can just doom whoever and just out-sustain them in fight.
Raven had some space then to fight. Popped the beacon for Roche, but like he was standing there, he was right-clicking away. It's just not enough. Wait, it was a bit odd, right?
Yeah.
Link, time walk back or
I
something?
think he time walked and blinked during the. That looked really cool, actually.
Looks dark, did it? What's that was? Moon with the Indus Room. And the Arcade. It's a double moon action.
Got refresher.
Raven! Isolated moon comes in with the backstab to slow down Raven. Silence. Does not pop the BKB just yet. Back up now, Mushi, that is. Oh, BKB inside the Chronosphere, but damage is still being done. The bashes, the access isn't going. Raven turns things around with the normal science. They're trying to keep it alive, but it's not gonna happen. Down for the count, Fire, Ice Buff. SamH will fall, and GG, well played. Even as DK tries to make the kill happen. Double to just celebrate. And that's main game number 2.
Alright, I see one scroll on the ground here.